In this video, we're going to be talking about whether or not you should be using an 11 wood. Let's go butts around.
Hit the ball!
Hey guys, David Folk here, and on this channel we do golf club reviews, golf gear reviews, instructional videos, and Geek Speak videos just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Recently, Michelle Wie got back into the winner's circle in the 2018 HSBC Women's World Championship. And if you guys take a look at what's in her bag, you will see that Michelle Wie plays an 11 wood. Yes, an 11 wood, which is a 25-degree fairway wood. In today's conversation, I want to talk about gapping and what clubs are going to be best for you. Now, to start off with, I want to give you a couple of stats about Michelle Wie. Her average driving distance, carry plus roll, on all par 4s and par 5s, 268 yards. So, there's no reason why she should be carrying a 7 wood and 11 wood in terms of club head speed and in terms of distance. She doesn't need help in those categories. So the question is, why is she carrying a 7 wood and 11 wood? And I contend with you, it's because of gapping. She's looking for a specific gapping distance that she wants each club to go. And as you look at clubs in general, you want to look at the launch angle, you want to look at the spin rate, you want to look at the peak height, you want to look at the descent angle, because all of those factors come into play, especially as you're approaching the green. And that's what I want you guys to think about. I want you guys to think about your gapping, not just in terms of yardage, but also in terms of launch angles, in terms of spin rates, in terms of peak heights, in terms of descent angles, right? This is the thing that we talk about when I get into one length irons. I can hit a one length 4-iron 220 yards. That's my typical 4-iron distance. Yes, I can do that. But the peak height is lower and the descent angle is lower and the spin rates are a smidgen lower. That worries me because am I going to be able to hold a green if I'm hitting a 4-iron into it? I don't know. So that's something that makes me weary of one length irons at this point. So when you guys go and buy golf clubs, I want you to think about purchasing the right gapping for you. If it's shallow, low spin, if it has a shallow descent angle that's not very high in a peak height, that's going to be concerning. That's something that I would recommend. Maybe not the best club for you, or maybe not the best shaft head combination. Maybe you need to adjust the hosel to get it up launching a little higher. There's a lot of things that you guys can do and a lot of things that club fitters can do to tweak to make sure you get better optimum numbers. So in working at the golf store, a lot of people correlated a 4 hybrid to their 4-iron, which makes sense, right? They both have X amount of degrees, generally 22 to 24 degrees, depending on what brand, what make you're looking at. When we got them into the bay, and what I really tried to do with customers to help them recognize, they soon discovered that the 4 hybrid generally went 10 to 12 yards further than the 4-iron. This is due for a few reasons. Number one, you have more forgiveness, more MOI, and generally speaking, the hybrid is longer than the iron. So all of those contributing factors are going to promote more distance when it comes to a hybrid versus an iron. A lot of times I fit people with a 4 hybrid along with their 4-through pitching wedge iron set because it fit the right gapping. It looked funny, it sounded funny. You should have a 3 hybrid and then a 4-iron. It didn't necessarily match up to what people thought it should, but what the numbers convinced people of is that the 4 hybrid was the better choice versus the 3 hybrid, because the 3 hybrid went too far for the gapping that they were looking for. What Michelle Wie is showing us here is that gapping is most important. If you're having a low launch angle, low spin, low peak height, low descent angle, or any of those combinations, maybe a fairway wood is a better option than a utility iron, a better option than a hybrid. Fairway woods are one of the least talked about clubs really since the RBZ came out, back in the day. And there are some companies that don't make a 7 wood or don't make a 9 wood or don't make an 11 wood, but there are some companies that do. What is the best option for you. Let's just take, for instance, a 24-degree club. Generally, that's going to be your 4 iron. Generally, that's going to be anywhere between a 4 or 5 hybrid, depending on what manufacturer it is. And again, that's going to be an 11 wood. When you look at those options, which one is going to help you get the ball up in the air? Which one is going to help you produce enough spin to hold the green, but not too much to have a ballooning effect? Which one is going to have a good peak height to allow for a steeper descent angle to hold the green that you want to hold? Is it going to be the 4 iron? Is it going to be the 4 hybrid? Or is it going to be the 11 wood? Think outside the box of, oh, look, this iron set comes 4 through pitching wedge. That's what I'm going to buy. That may be what you end up with. Awesome. That's great. But I want you to think about all the viable options, hit all the viable options to see what gapping is going to be best for you. Because there's nothing worse than buying a new set of clubs or buying a new hybrid and discovering out on the course that it's the wrong choice for you because you're not able to do what you want to do with it. Finally, one of the problems in trying out specifically the higher lofted woods is a lot of golf stores and golf shops don't carry them. So how do you get your hands on one? Number one, go to a demo day. There's almost guaranteed that the rep will have some sort of 7 wood, 9 wood, or 11 wood for you guys to try. Get it out there on the range, try it out. They're gonna have a TrackMan or something there so you guys can see the numbers, see the launch angle, compare it to what you have currently to say whether or not it is a better option for you. Is it going the distance that you need for gapping? Does it have a decent spin rate? Does it have a decent launch angle, peak height, and descent angle? That's going to help you determine if it's better or the same as what you're currently playing, or possibly worse. If you can't make it to the demo day, go into your golf shop, have them contact the rep and say, I would like to try a 9 wood out to see how it compares to what I'm looking at currently. Any golf shop worth its weight will be able to contact that rep, get the demo in, and allow you to compare that to what you're shooting for. You also may want to recommend that they bring a couple of those stock shafts with them so you can try out different shafts to see what you're looking for. Generally, when you're getting into 7, 9, 11 woods, a mid kick is going to be a good option for you, or maybe even a low kick to try and help launch the ball up in the air. That may be a viable option. It's based on swing speed, based on launch angle for you guys. What are you looking for? Again, any golf shop salesperson or someone in there should be able to help you out and knowing what shaft is best for you. And finally, guys, if you really want to try one out and you can't contact anybody, give the company a call itself. Talk to somebody, talk to a representative there. Generally, the sales representative will either take your information and have a sales rep call you personally, or they'll contact the golf shop, let them know that you're looking for a specific club, that the rep will be in contact with them to get that club to them as well. So those 3 options you'll be able to at least try out if the manufacturer makes the specific club. You'll be able to try that out if you like that. So guys, I look forward to hearing your comments down below. Is this something that you've considered with a fairway wood versus a hybrid versus an iron? Is this something that you're now considering based on what we've been discussing? Go ahead and post those comments down below. If you have any questions about it, go ahead and post them down below as well. Again, I feel like this is something that's not necessarily discussed a lot in golf shops because when I worked in one, we didn't talk about this all that often. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to try and answer them. And as always, guys, while you're down there, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up because YouTube likes that. Thanks for watching, and we'll chat with you next time.